Hey everybody. I figured I would do a video speaking about things that I still agree with and things that I no longer agree with. Basically opinions that I've changed because I know that in a few videos already I said that I feel like I've changed a lot, right? And I feel like I owe it to the people who do follow me. Not that I have a huge following or anything, but I feel like I owe it to the people who follow me, that the few people that do like me and stuff like that. I figured I owe it to you guys to clarify, how I currently feel about certain things, and what my current thoughts are on certain things, right? And I would say that certain things are subject to change, but there's going to be certain things about me that will probably never change. Okay. um, some people may feel a certain way about that. And I think that some people might find that to be um, untrustworthy or what else? Or that I'm not being authentic or fake, or that I'm fake or whatever. And it just is what it is. I already get the impression that some people find me fake on here, and I could really give two fucks. You know what I mean? Like, nobody really knows anybody on here. So if people just take what it is that I say in videos and try to use that as a means to say that, that they know me, that they really know me, then, you don't know what the hell you're talking about, okay? Nobody really knows anybody on here unless, you know somebody in person and they just so happen to also make content. Then I guess that's a different story, right? But that's not the case with most of us. So now that I got that out of the way, I'm trying to think of what should I start with first. I think I've addressed this to a degree before. One of the things that I feel like I really have changed on is the whole notion of like Latin unity. And it's not to say that I have a problem with it per se, because I don't. But what I don't care if you call it Hispanic unity. It doesn't matter to me. But the point that I want to make is that, I don't know, I feel like more and more I've been feeling lately like if I'm going to focus on certain things within the Latin community, it's going to be certain issues that I have with the Latin community, certain things that I feel that we don't call out on a regular basis the way that we should. And I think I am going to be doing content like that, even though that it's going to be way more serious content and way more stuff that may make people feel uncomfortable. But it is what it is, and I feel like my heart is calling me to do that, because I feel like we talk all day, every day, whether it's on mainstream media and on social media, when it comes to like race and colorism and stuff like that. People just in general, and again, even on like regular mainstream media, is such a hot topic, and it's been that way for years. And I feel like it's become a very oversaturated conversation. I feel like it's, people say we need to talk about it. We have been talking about it, and in depth and for hours and hours on end. And I feel like, even though to a large extent, but I was speaking a fair-skinned Latin person growing up in an environment where I stood out, right? So my experience is very different than a lot of other people's, and I think a lot of people that look like me may not feel strong enough or brave enough to talk about the things that I have, right? I genuinely believe that. Why that is, why people don't speak up, I don't know. But I will say that when it comes to that topic, the colors, my opinions have not changed on that. Point blank period, they haven't. I still don't believe that there's privilege. I still believe that, we do get treated badly as well. And I really don't see how we benefit from the way that we look, especially when, even in the environment that I live in now, they know that I'm not one of them. These white people know that I'm not one of them, and I don't get preferential treatment, and neither does the rest of my family. So, yeah, And it's not just me, it's other people that I've grown up around. The same thing, we get treated just as bad. And people don't want to see it that way. People think that we have certain advantages. It just is what it is. And there's really, I kind of feel like the conversation is done. And it's like a moot point at this point. What's the point of the back and forth? Where you either agree to disagree or you just disagree and that's it. I'm tired of feeling like I got to prove a point. I got to do this. I got to do that. Like I did videos like a couple of years ago already where I spoke about certain things with regards to Latin people who were incarcerated and how they were, some of them, even though they were labeled as white, that did not mean that they got the treatment that white people get while they are incarcerated. I spoke about so many different things a couple of years ago when it came to that. And I feel like I made a few points where I proved where we don't have an advantage. And I just feel like there's really no point for me to keep going on about that. You know what I mean? Now, with regards to the whole Latin unity thing, again, I don't care what people do, but I just feel like Puerto Ricans and Mexicans, I feel like those of us who have been here for generations, I'm starting to feel like it's us that need the focus, because I feel like we're the ones that are shitted on the most, whether it be by other Latin people or other, groups of people in general, by whites, by blacks, by just other groups. And, within our own Latin community, we're not treated that good. A lot of times we're outcasted. And a part of me feels like, you know what, maybe if I do speak about things, these are the groups that I'm going to focus on. And it would just be my groups. Because I feel like Puerto Rican people in general, most specifically New Yorkers, we're so all-inclusive all the time. And I feel like other Latin people are not that inclusive. But we're always the ones to be like, Latinos, we got to do this, we got to do that, for the most part. I'm speaking in general for the most part. We're usually very inclusive. And a part of me is like, nobody else is really that inclusive. So maybe I shouldn't even be inclusive like that. Maybe I should just be, my channel was always mostly on New Yorican topics anyway, right? But I feel like just maybe it's just going to stay that way. And even I'm just going to be even more so exclusive to us, unless I'm talking about bullshit. Now, and I'm calling out the bullshit of Latin people, that you're going to see the videos that I have coming up. Well, one in particular that I have in mind. That's going to include all Latin people. Okay? So I don't care where they're from. It's going to include everybody. As long as it's going to fit what it is that I'm going to be speaking in regards to. Nobody is off limits with something in me that's, I feel like, and I guess this is where the changing part comes in, where I feel like I'm being called to speak about things that are probably a lot more serious than what everybody, and I already kind of feel like my channel is serious. And the strange thing is that like in my regular personal life, I'm actually the opposite. I'm like not as serious. It doesn't make any sense, right? So sometimes I feel like I don't let that part of me show. And I guess I should. I don't know. Maybe I'll just do a whole completely different channel at some point, which I wouldn't mind doing. But yeah, I feel like there's a calling for me. And I felt like this for a while. And one of the main reasons why I've kind of stood away from it is because I know how sensitive some of the things that I'm going to be talking about. I know how sensitive these topics are going to be. And even for me, they're going to be difficult for me to even get through some of these things. But I feel like I have to do it anyway. Because I feel like there's so many important things that we brush under the rug that are not race related, that really affect our communities really bad. And I feel like there's so much more important than the race topic, but the race topic and the color topic is always in the forefront of the conversation, always. And if you always hear the same thing, we need to speak about it more. You are speaking about it more. There is talk on that. It has been spoken about. There are content creators doing that. And you know what? Let them do that. Maybe that's just not for me. Maybe I want to talk about things that are going to make people feel really uncomfortable. Really uncomfortable. And maybe that's what it is that my calling is for this channel. But yeah, I felt like I needed to like clarify these things. I wasn't going to, But like I said, I felt like it was the right thing for me to do, especially with some people that follow me. I know that people might have been, side eyeing me with some of the things I've been saying with regards to where I feel like I've changed a lot. And look, like I said, when it comes to that whole colorism topic, no, I really haven't changed with that. I think my approach is going to change on it if I even do talk about that again, but I don't know. I don't know if I'm going to talk about, I might. It really depends. And the reason why I say that, and just again, this is for me personally, because of where I live and just because of how my life is now, I feel like if I talk about that topic, I have to keep reliving the past, right? Because those things that happened to me when I was so young. That was such a long time ago. And, I did have things happen to me as an adult, but it was never anything like, I never went through anything like violent or anything. Like, I had girls that wanted to fight me, but nothing ever went through and they never fought me. You know what I mean? So I don't know. Like, for me personally, I feel like to stay talking about that stuff means to stay, for me personally, to stay living in my past, right? Now, other people, there's still people that are going through these things, and it's perfectly fine if they want to talk about it. I get it, and it's important to hear those things out from people, and those people should not be silenced at all. I think that's bullshit. And I know that with you guys that have all of these light skin channels, that's exactly what people want to do to you guys. They want to silence you guys. They really want to silence you guys. And I don't agree with that shit at all. And I really do want to take the time to say that I appreciate how diverse your guys' channels are. All of your guys' channels, you all, the personalities are all different. Everybody's got their own little niche. And I really like to see that. I really do. I think it's really cool. Even though I don't necessarily feel like I'm a part, I do like to see it. And I do like to see the fact that you guys are really standing your ground and, fighting back. And I think that that's really cool. So yeah, I wanted to get that point across as well. But I think for me, when it comes to the change, it's mostly with regards to Latin people in general and just how I see certain things. And yeah, I'm going to be talking about some things that are a whole lot more serious, and I don't know if you guys are going to like it or not. I don't know if you guys are going to, find it uncomfortable. I don't know, the points that I'm going to be making about certain things. I'm not sure. But this is me, this is who I am. And I may evolve to something else, I may change again. I may transform myself even more. And I kind of hope that I do. I do want to change. I don't want to stay talking about the same things forever. You know what I mean? I really don't. I think that everybody should grow. Growing is a key part in life. The last thing I would want, especially if I stay holding on to this channel for a very long time, is if, in a year from now, I'm still talking about the same thing. I don't want it to be that. And, I pray that by the grace of God, when I have more energy, I can become a little bit more tech savvy than I am and, play around with different things and have a camera and do a better setup and, put more effort into these things when I have the time. I really would like to do that because it seems like it's so much fun. But yeah, I'm not going to really stay long on this. I just felt like I wanted to clarify the whole changing thing with me, and where I feel like I've changed and stuff like that. I just really wanted to clarify that because I don't like feeling like, especially the people that I've been good with for such a long time, I know that people really don't talk to me like that behind the scenes or whatever, but especially the people that I've known for a long time, don't think I'm leaving you guys out in the cold or anything like that. Nope, not happening. So yeah, it's definitely not happening. I think that just my approach on everything is changing. And again, the things that I find important and what I am going to be speaking about with regards to Latin people, that's going to change a lot. And I may piss off some Latin people, I may not. And if I piss off some Latin people, let me tell you something. With some of the things that I'm talking about, if I piss off Latin people, then I know where they stand as a person. That's all I'm going to say with the stuff that I'm going to be talking about. I know where they stand as a person. And I would give two fucks if they're pissed at me. I could care less. All right. So I already have Latin people that don't like me on here as it is. So I'll probably just make a few more enemies, if anything, with the stuff I'm going to be talking about. But anyhow, I'm going to go for now, guys. I'm going to see you in my next video. I still got to do that video with my husband. Hopefully, maybe Friday I'll be able to get to do that video with him. And then that other video that I want to do, I got to do that too. But hopefully Friday we could do that because I got an appointment on Friday, so maybe we'll be able to do it Friday because he should be able to have some time to do it. We'll see. Let me shut up. All right, I'm gonna go, guys. Take it easy. Have a good one and bye.